On Saturday the 3rd of July, as the sun set on the horizon, I went to a place full of nature to go moth hunting. This place was called the Temple Ewell and Lydden Nature Reserve near Temple Ewell. The event was organised by the Kent Wildlife Trust and the White Cliffs Countryside Partnership. The views from the reserve were amazing. You could see Temple Ewell straddling the valley in one direction, twinkling in the night sky, and Lydden in the other direction. As dusk fell, 2 moth traps were built to lure the moths in for us to see. They were a box-like contraption with a light in the middle and slits where the moths would slide into. While we waited for our moths to appear, Paul Holt, our leader, showed us 2 species of moth. My favourite was the elephant hawk moth. This is pink in colour with yellow stripes. Apparently it feeds on flowers such as honeysuckle, so look out for it in your garden. During the evening we learnt that moths needed to heat up before flying away, in much the same way that butterflies do. As one brave volunteer held our elephant hawk moth, it started shivering as it woke up. Its antennae sprung into action, and when it was fully awoke, it flew into the sunset. We saw 30 different species of moth during the evening on the chalk downland above Temple Ewell. These included micro moths, a subspecies around 2 mm in length. Other species included the dark arches with its arch-shaped wings which resembled church windows. Others were named after the shapes on their wings, including the heart and dart. These are found in a number of locations and are widespread, having a heart shape and a dart shape on their wings. During the evening we saw over 30 different species, as I have just said. Some were brown in colour and others rivaled butterflies with their bright colours and patterns. We saw many brimstone moths, which are a yellow colour with black outlines giving them a marbled appearance. The snout species was really interesting, as you could see its snout-shaped nose sticking out. Its long wings resembled the shape of an arch in a medieval building. The light emerald moth was one of my favourites due to its green-blue colouring, nearly resembling that of the Adonis blue butterfly. If this flew in the day, you would really think it was a butterfly. Overall, it was an interesting evening learning how to capture moths and learn about the diversity of species living on the chalk downland habitats. We also saw 2 glowworms glowing in the bushes, which are actually a type of beetle. As well as those, we saw a bush cricket and also some water boatmen high up on the chalk downland hills. As we walked back home through the woodland at 11:30 p.m, we heard the screams of foxes in the night and sounds of night wildlife. Yes, the nocturnal world was awakening, and you could certainly see why this is such a special place. If you want to go to the Lydden and Temple Ewell National Nature Reserve, parking is available near the former George and Dragon Public House. This is now a series of flats called George and Dragon Place. This is located off London Road near the crossroads in Temple Ewell. The postcode is CT155AB. If you would like to access the chalk downland habitat from the Lydden direction, you can access it from various places in the village, the main postcode being CT155BF. Now a little bit about the Lydden and Temple Ewell National Nature Reserve. It is over 80 hectares in size and consists of chalk downland on a south-facing slope. This means it is very sunny. Here we have scrub, woodland, grassland and hedgerow, offering a variety of habitat for wildlife to flourish. Opportunity to see a variety of animals and plants, all of the chalk downland dwelling variety as well. Bear in mind though, if you do visit the site, all dogs should be kept on leash due to livestock, including Highland cattle being in residence. For more details on the reserve, you can see the Kent Wildlife Trust website, which is at www.kentwildlifetrust.org.uk. And for more information on Whitecliffe's Countryside Partnership events, you can see their website at whitecliffescountryside.org.uk. That's whitecliffescountryside.org.uk. Of course, if you're interested in moths, you can visit the Kent Moths website of the Butterfly Conservation Kent Branch website, which is at kentmoths.org. That's kentmoths.org. I'd really recommend a walk to see the moths of the chalk downland species, so do pop along and see them soon. This is Terry Cleaver reporting for Dover Community Radio.